What's up guys, my name's Carl Golden and welcome to Golden Studios. Today we look at the MIDI foot controller and expression pedal by MeloAudio. As you saw at the beginning of this video, they are both beautifully packed and my first impressions are that they are extremely sturdy pieces of gear. Yep, that's metal, and obviously you want that if you're gigging live or using them a lot. There's going to be a lot of wear and tear, and it looks like these would withstand all of that. The device is powered by either USB input or you can just put in two AAA batteries in the back, and it displays how much battery power you have left. This pedal can work with a number of different devices as long as it's compatible with MIDI, which most things are these days. With digital amps and plugins sounding even more incredible than before, it's a very exciting time for us musicians. A lot of us guitarists are now practicing at home and even gigging with the likes of Kempers, Axe effects, bias effects on your computer, even apps like Jam Up on your mobile phone. Now that's when this pedal comes into play. So on the back of this device you've got a MIDI out. You can connect this to your Kemper or your Axe effects or any pedal that has a MIDI input. If you're looking at buying an official foot switch for your Kemper or your Axe effects, they can be very pricey. This is probably a third of the price and does basically the same thing. Another great thing about this pedal is it already has 6 host modes programmed in. So when you turn it on, and let's say hold down button 1, let's see what comes up. So that's for Jam Up. So you could use this straight away with your Jam Up app on your phone. It will basically be compatible with that straight away. If you turn it off and turn it on again, hold down 2. We've got bias effects, which I'll be using today. Let's see what's on number 3. The Kemper setting. So you could plug this straight into your Kemper and it'll recognize it straight away. Let's try number 4, why not? We've got the Axe effects. So once again, you can just plug that straight into your Axe effects and it will be compatible with that. There's also 2 other custom modes where you can change any parameters you would like. Even within the host modes, you can customize all of these buttons to do whatever you like. I'll be showing you that today with bias effects. So you can use this MIDI foot controller to change through your different amp settings. You can use 4 different presets here. I think a 5th one here. So you got A to D, then E. You could also use these top 4 here to turn off your different effects, let's say delay or chorus or whatever you wanted. You could put a wah pedal, turn it on there. It's up to you. When using bias effects with this pedal, you could actually program in 127 different presets. Also with 4 different add-ons. This device is not only compatible with your MIDI cable, you can also do it via the USB port. So today with bias effects, I'm actually plugged out of the USB straight into my Mac, and that is how it's picking up this device. Going through this pedal, on the back you can plug in 2 different expression pedals. I've got one with me to test today, but if you wanted you could plug in 2 different ones. Let's say you wanted to use one to control your wah wah pedal, and maybe the other one to do volume swells. You can even assign different parameters. Let's say for your chorus pedal, you want to use this to turn up the amount of chorus you want on it, or maybe you want to turn up the intensity of your reverb. The options are endless. Right, so I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to use the MIDI commander with bias effects on your computer. As I said earlier, I've put 2 AAA batteries in this, so it's all powered up and ready to go. The next step is to get the USB cable which comes with it, and we're going to plug that in to the USB slot here. Get it the right way. And then literally you want to plug this into your computer I've got a socket coming out here that plugs to my computer. Let's get that in. So now that's connected to the computer. The next step would be to connect this pedal here. So we want to put the expression pedal into expression 1. There we go. Right, so we're all plugged in. That is all you need to do. The next step is, because we're using bias effects, when we turn this on, we want to hold down 2 and then just literally press the on button, and then it should do low. There we see bias effects. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Next step is to go to the computer and load bias effects. Come on! I really need to get bias effects too, but this should do for the demo. The next step is to go to the settings, so click here and in audio settings, and you want to go down to active MIDI inputs and click TS MIDI 2.0. So that is your MIDI commander. So I have already set this up earlier. So if I go to my bank 0, A is my clean channel. If I go to B, I've set up a kind of overdrive channel. So what have I got here? So I've added a wah-wah pedal onto 1. So I can turn that on and off. On 2, I've got a drive pedal. 3, I've got a volume pedal. And 4, I've got some delay. So I've saved that so that will stay off until I need it. You can reprogram it so when I do go to B, you actually already have on, let's say, the wah-wah pedal, but I want it to stay off. Okay, so finally on C, I have set up a lead kind of sound. The reason this is so cool for me is I can get some really awesome sounds prepared. Let's say I'm going to do a demonstration show next week. All I've got is my laptop and I need to switch between certain clean sounds and heavy sounds. I can bring this MIDI commander. Bob's your uncle, Sally's your aunt. That's not the saying. It's great that you can just literally use your computer, a little pedal, and it changes all your different settings. Let me grab my guitar and let's test this out. Right, so channel A, I've set up a clean amp. Let's have a listen. And if I want to add some bits, let's press number 1, and some delay is now added. If I press 2, I've got some chorus. If I've got on 4, I've got some compression to make it a bit louder. Okay, so we know that I've got all these different settings. How do you set these up yourself? Once you've worked out what pedals and what amps you want on bias effects, all you need to do is click up here. You want to go to your settings. So I've got them saved in my favorites. This first one's Blues 1 Clean. You click Edit and you want to go down to here, MIDI PC, and you assign it a number. So I've assigned it with 0 and that corresponds with 0 here. So when you press OK, whenever you press A, this setting will come up. If you change anything in this, you want to make sure you press save here. So let's say at the moment I like this, but I want to put a little bit more gain on. If I save that, if I click away from it and then click back, that should still be where it is now saved. Yes. Okay, so we now know how to save our amp settings, but how do you add delay, choruses, all your different effects? So let's say you're playing a nice clean part, but you want to add some delay to it. You can assign a delay pedal to one of these top buttons up here. So my delay is assigned to number 1. If I click that, you can see it goes on and off. And off. So the way you do that is, let's click it on. You can go over the delay, right click, then go to MIDI automation, and you've got all these options here. So to toggle it on and off, you want to press MIDI learn, and what you do is click whatever button you want it to be. So you see it says 80 there. So this must be assigned now to channel 80 on there. So if you press done, now you can turn your delay on and off. The next step is to decide whether you want delay on or off when you click on your preset. So when I click on it at the moment, again, it's actually off. Let's say next time you want it on, all you need to do is go to your delay, turn it on, and then press save. Then next time you go back, your delay should be on. I don't want that on, so let's turn it off and save that again. Let me give an example of how to add an effect. So if we click the plus sign here, let's add something, shall we, that's a bit funky. What's in mods? Let's add something over the top, a polyoctaver. Let's shove that up here. Sounds ridiculous. Let's say you want to put this on one of these selections up here. All you need to do is right click on that, go to MIDI with the options here on the toggle MIDI learn, and then let's click 4. That should now be assigned to there. Press done. Now when you press 4, that should go on and off. I'm not going to save that because I've already got my settings, but if you wanted to keep that on there, you then go save. Okay, so let's move on to channel B. So this has got a little bit of overdrive sound. What have I got on channel 1? That turns on your wah. So now, let me click on the wah so you can see. So 1 turns on the wah. Hopefully this is now connected. There you go, you can see it moving. So the way you connect your wah-wah pedal is quite simple. You want to right click on the wah and once again go to MIDI automation, and with the toggle that will be turning on and off, so we don't want that. With the wah learn, we want to click MIDI learn, then just move your wah and then done. So now it's picked up, you can see it moving at the same time that I move it. So I've set the wah so it can be turned on and off because you don't want that on when you go to your setting. Maybe you want to add that on later. Let me see what's on 2. 2, I've got some drive, so if I want a bit more of a boost, I've got that. And how I did that once again was I right clicked on that, press MIDI learn on the toggle, and I clicked on 2. So you can actually assign the expression pedal to the drive or tone or level. So you MIDI learn and then move this, and you can actually control the amount of drive with the expression pedal, which is pretty cool. I don't want it to do that because I've got it set with the wah, so that could be quite interesting. Let's try it out actually. Let's give it a go. So this will, if I have the wah and the drive on at the same time. So it's great that this pedal can take 2 expression pedals. So if I click on number 3, I've got a volume pedal. Same as the wah-wah, all I need to do was right click on it. And then once again, I would have done MIDI learn and clicked on 4. Full of volume, I would have done MIDI learn and done this. So it picks up your expression pedal, then done. And that is all you need to do. Once again, this is where it'd be cool that you'd have 2 expression pedals, because I can't really turn on the wah and the volume pedal because it will sound like this. So it just turns off the wah. But I wouldn't play both at the same time, but that's when it's useful to have 2 expression pedals. Let's turn that off. Right, moving on to the gain channel on C. Sounds great. I've already got some delay on there. Let's see what 1 does. Okay, that turns on a pitch shifter. Oh my God. Okay, so like the wah-wah and the volume pedal, you're going to right click on that and then go to MIDI automation. And what I've done here is press MIDI learn, clicked on 2, then for the pedal I've done MIDI learn and then move this. So now my expression pedal controls the pitch. Okay, so number 2, we've got a phaser. What have we got on 3? We've got an octave pedal. So hopefully you guys can see from this demo how valuable this MIDI controller could be to you. Most things these days are controlled by MIDI. It's definitely an asset. It's not an expensive pedal. This has completely changed the way I can practice at home. Usually you have to get out an amp and mess about. I can literally plug this in and mess around with some stuff on my computer. I know it's a bit lazy, but it's so convenient. I do have to say I am super impressed by this pedal. And I've only used it on bias effects. You could use this on your phone with jam up. If you've got a Kemper, you could use it for that. So it's not a pedal just for one thing. It could be used for multiple purposes. That's it for today, guys. Big thanks to MeloAudio for sending this over for me to review. I am super impressed. You guys have done an incredible job. It will be a great asset to my studio and it's going to make me look forward to practicing, and it might really help with my demonstrations that I'm going to be doing so I can take bias effects on the road, no hassle, easy peasy. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and click all notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. That's it. I've been Carl Golden. I'll see you for another video very soon. Take care, guys.